Now on KEZI 9 News at 11, business owners in Cottage Grove are coming together after a man destroyed multiple storefronts along Main Street overnight. The mess left behind. Plus, a drug meant for people with type 2 diabetes is raising concerns after it's become extremely popular for people living without the condition because of its side effects. The risk versus reward of Ozempic.
Our area of low pressure is finally approaching, and we are expecting a stark change for your Thursday. We'll time it all out as KEZI 9 News starts right now.
Live, local, late breaking. This is KEZI 9 News at 11.
I look outside and there was a gentleman that had no shirt on. He was very sweaty, tall, bald head, and he was just bashing in windows, cussing, really angry. I believe that he was probably on a substance.
Witnesses are calling it a rampage in downtown Cottage Grove after reports of a man smashing storefront windows all along Main Street overnight. Thanks for staying up with us. I'm Jennifer Singh. In a crime alert tonight, police say one man is facing multiple charges as a result of last night's incident. The man allegedly removed a disabled parking sign and used it to smash storefront windows at random up and down Main Street sometime before 1 a.m. According to Cottage Grove police, the responding officer arrested 37-year-old Jacob J. Shot. During the arrest, the officer was hurt and had to be taken to the hospital. That officer was treated for his injuries and has since been released. In total, 9 businesses had their windows smashed out, and business owners along Main Street have been coming together and cleaning up the mess left over since the early morning incident.
2 windows. Of course, I've got this one here and the smaller one over there. In fact, I've had this one broken before, so this is going to be my second time. The last 12 years that we've been here. I don't think anybody's gotten hit this hard yet.
If you would like to help out the businesses that were damaged, the Cottage Grove Area Chamber of Commerce is accepting donations in person or through their Facebook page. As for the suspect, Shot is currently in jail facing multiple charges, including criminal mischief and assaulting a police officer. A Salem man is in the Linn County jail tonight after allegedly threatening several people with a knife and starting a fire near Halsey this morning. According to the Linn County Sheriff's Office, just before 8 this morning, someone called 911 reporting a man had pulled a knife on them after starting a fire at Pioneer Villa. Witnesses say the man sprayed lighter fluid on an active fire, consuming the electrical box. Someone then took the lighter fluid from him, and that's when he pulled out the knife. According to the Linn County Sheriff's Office, a building manager tried to put the fire out with a fire extinguisher when the suspect approached him with the knife, and the manager sprayed him with the extinguisher. The suspect tried to get away, and deputies and Oregon State Police troopers eventually caught up with him near I-5. The suspect, identified as 22-year-old Omar Cervantes of Salem, was arrested and lodged at the Linn County Jail on charges of first-degree arson, harassment, menacing, and fourth-degree attempted assault. The Linn County Sheriff's Office says thanks to the quick action of witnesses, the damage to the building was minimized and the fire was limited to the exterior wall and electrical box. The cause of the damage is still under investigation. The Roseburg Police Department is asking for your help finding a man who has been missing for more than a week. Take a look. Mark Hansen was last seen on August 11th, being discharged from Mercy Medical Center around 4 p.m. And family and neighbors haven't heard from him since. He is 6'1", around 250 pounds, with blue eyes and gray hair. Hansen is reported to suffer from late-stage Alzheimer's and anxiety, and it's believed he does not have his medication with him. Hansen also does not have a vehicle. If you have any information, contact the Roseburg Police Department. New information about a Eugene police standoff last week that ended with shots fired. The suspect is now identified out of the hospital and in the Linn County Jail. Court records show 39-year-old Timothy John Martin of Springfield was booked Tuesday on warrants from Multnomah County for charges including attempted murder and first-degree assault. Those came after he allegedly shot a man in Portland during May 2023. Martin made bail but allegedly committed another assault in Springfield earlier this month. Last Wednesday, police found Martin in West Eugene. 2.5 hours later, the standoff ended with shots fired. And following standard procedure, Eugene's interagency deadly force investigation team is looking into this shooting. 2 people are dead after a head-on collision in Benton County yesterday afternoon. The Benton County Sheriff's Office says Shailene Olson of Corvallis was driving east on Highway 20 near Blodgett when she crossed the center line and crashed into a westbound vehicle driven by Anna Kelly of Wellborn. Both drivers died at the scene. 2 children in Kelly's vehicle were taken to the hospital with minor injuries. Highway 20 was closed for about 3 hours while investigators processed the scene, and the crash is still under investigation.
Now, your Storm Tracker 9 First Alert Forecast with Chief Meteorologist Holden LaCroix.
Was a little bit cooler today, but hey, we have a stark change as early as tomorrow, and some of us are going to be greeted with some scattered showers tomorrow morning. Temperatures this afternoon, 76 across Corvallis, and up toward the north, you can kind of see signs of that cooler air mass that's starting to move in. The high temperature for some locations on the coast were only in the 60s today. So here is the pattern changer right here, hovered right off the coast of Vancouver Island. Steadier rain is located right off the Washington coast for now, but this low pressure system is slowly going to work its way down the Oregon coast. And while we are expecting a few spotty showers for Thursday, the big story about tomorrow is going to be the clouds and the dramatically cooler temperatures. Really, for pretty much everyone, we're going to be cooling things down by around 10 to 12 degrees. And eventually, we could see a few spotty showers, mainly toward Thursday morning and into the late evening hours. But realistically, the only washout with this storm system is going to be up into the Cascades and foothills. Now, once it kind of pulls off toward the east, we are going to be tracking the potential of thunderstorms as well. It's mainly aimed towards southern Oregon, but we'll take a closer look at that and how long this cool little takes to fall is going to last coming up. Jen?
All right, thanks, Holden. Now to continuing coverage and a reminder out of Cottage Grove. People camping in the homeless camp near East Main and South 12th Street only have a few hours left to move out. Campers got a notice 2 weeks ago from the city to vacate the site by 10 a.m. on August 22nd. And Lulu's Dog Park will be converted into an overnight camp instead, open from 7 p.m. until 7 a.m. every day. As we've been reporting, homeless advocates in the area believe this move will only make the area's homeless problem worse. And many neighbors are upset about losing the dog park that was donated by a family to memorialize their dog. Again, campers have just until 10 a.m. to clear out. A new development is unfolding in the proposed merger of grocery store giants Albertsons and Kroger. The United Food and Commercial Union is no longer endorsing it. Officials with the UFCW say they rescinded their endorsement of the merger after new information came out regarding workers' health care, retirement benefits, and wages. According to Fred Meyer, they are investing a historic $37 million in associate wages for workers, but is taking $30 million out of their health trust fund to pay for those wages. The union also alleges that Kroger publicly claims it's investing in retirement, but they haven't heard any proposals.
You deserve to have a living wage, and you don't deserve to have bonuses paid to you that's your own money out of your health and welfare fund that has the potential to defunct the plan. You deserve health care that is strong. You deserve good retirement. And Fred Meyer just doesn't get it.
In an overwhelming vote, UFCW Local 555 members authorized their leadership to call an unfair labor practice strike, but no actual date has been set for a strike to happen.
This is a long, well understood process for both those items, processing grievances and information exchanges, and we need that stuff done in order to get to a fair contract.
The union plans to keep negotiating for a union-wide contract with a meeting scheduled for August 23rd. Fred Meyer also tells KEZI they are focused on securing a deal with Local 555 that invests in workers while keeping groceries affordable for customers. The Linn County Sheriff's Office has teamed up with a local nonprofit to connect adults in custody with necessary resources before they even leave the jail. Emergence offers addiction counseling in addition to a variety of other resources. Their new partnership with the jail offers on-site services in the downstairs lobby, right where people released from custody exit the jail. Both the Sheriff's Office and Emergence hope that being able to offer immediate support for those in need of treatment, housing services, or even a phone charger can have the opportunity to take a positive step towards recovery.
With Emergence, part of that goal is not just to have, a kiosk with information, which that's certainly there, but then also to have peer supports there, counselors there that they can immediately connect with.
Linn County Sheriff's Office is hoping to expand the resources available to adults in custody in the future. To learn more about what Emergence provides to the community, go to their website at foremergence.com. Ozempic is one of the several drugs aimed to treat people with type 2 diabetes, but has lately been used as a popular weight loss solution for people who aren't diabetic. And some nutritionists are encouraging people to steer clear of the drug if it's not being used for its intended purpose. In a health alert tonight, popular side effects of Ozempic include a squashed appetite and reduced body fat, making it a well sought after drug for those looking to lose weight. But local nutritionists are concerned about its growing popularity because they say using the drug if you don't have the same symptoms of a person with type 2 diabetes can result in less than ideal side effects.
We basically don't spike our blood sugar levels anymore, so they're constantly a little on the lower side, especially if you're not diabetic. With that comes a risk of, I'm sure most people experience if they have low blood sugar levels, generally you start like kind of feeling shaky and like no energy, almost feel like you're going to pass out. And they need glucose, which your body, if you're flooding with a bunch of insulin, your body isn't going to produce as much glucose, which is our main source of fuel and energy.
And because the drug is fairly new, long-term effects have yet to be studied. Although it's not easy, nutritionists tell us when it comes to losing weight, it's safer, healthier, and more reliable to watch what food you're taking in, avoiding processed foods and sugars, and up your weekly exercise regimen, rather than relying on Ozempic or similar drugs.
Especially with something like Ozempic, if you're not going to actually do those lifestyle changes, sure, it'll work while you're taking it. Once you stop taking it, you're just going to throw all that weight right back on.
He advises those who are thinking about going on the drug to consult with your doctor and to weigh all the potential side effects and long-term risks. An invasive species that's already killed millions of trees across the U.S. is now spreading across Oregon. They're called emerald ash borers, and like their name suggests, they feed on ash trees. They're just a ½ an inch long and look almost like a bedazzled cricket. The beetles were discovered in Forest Grove a couple years ago, but now they've been confirmed in Yamhill and Marion counties, and they're suspected to be in Clackamas County too. Ash borer specialists say the larvae feed on the parts of the tree that transport water and nutrients up and down the trunk, preventing the tree from being able to retain water. And the beetles kill up to 99% of the trees they infest. A problem here in Oregon, as ash trees are crucial and the spread is nearly impossible to stop.
It is a pretty dire prediction, but without any interaction or intervention, yeah, we would lose all our ash trees.
Ash borer specialist Matt Mills says there are ways to treat individual trees with pesticides, but with so many trees, it's not feasible. Now there is a quarantine that prohibits moving firewood more than 10 miles from where it's cut to try and reduce the spread.
Live, local, late breaking. This is KEZI 9 News at 11 with Jennifer Singh and Chief Meteorologist Holden LaCroix.
Tonight, on the third night of the Democratic National Convention, Harris's running mate takes the stage to formally accept the nomination. In Your Voice, Your Vote tonight, ABC's Christiane Cordero has the latest from inside the United Center in Chicago.
In the DNC arena tonight, a packed house of political heavyweights rallying to elect Vice President Kamala Harris as the 47th Commander-in-Chief, bolstered by a message of hope from the 42nd President.
Kamala Harris is the only candidate in this race who has the vision, the experience, the temperament, the will, and yes, the sheer joy to get something done.
The star power on stage.
Let us choose truth, let us choose honor, and let us choose joy. Let's all choose Kamala Harris.
Amplified with performances by Maren Morris and Stevie Wonder. The night largely belonged to Vice Presidential nominee Tim Walz.
It's the honor of my life to accept your nomination for Vice President of the United States.
He served 24 years in the National Guard while teaching and coaching football.
There I was, a 40-something high school teacher with little kids, zero political experience, and no money, running in a deep red district. But you know what? Never underestimate a public school teacher.
The Minnesota governor rose to prominence by flipping a congressional district blue in 2006.
When we fight, When we fight,
Democrats have tried building the momentum throughout the DNC, leading up to tomorrow night when Harris formally accepts her nomination. Christiane Cordero, ABC News, Chicago.
Cloudy, cool conditions tomorrow. Outdoor activities look a-okay, but by Friday we could be dealing with some wet conditions across the region. We'll take a closer look at those possibilities coming up right after the break.
Now, Storm Tracker 9 weather with Chief Meteorologist Holden LaCroix.
Welcome back. Big changes tomorrow as soon as we wake up, and some of you may start to see those changes late tonight. Main storm system that we've been tracking over the past couple of days is still off the coast of Vancouver Island, but it is going to be sliding down the Oregon coast and eventually picking up momentum and bringing us those shower chances for Friday. Now, tomorrow we are going to notice a big change. That comes in the form of cloud cover, much cooler temperatures. In fact, most of us are going to remain in the 60s throughout the entire day. Now, eventually showers will gradually increase into Friday, and the best chance of rain is going to be toward Thursday night. Now, no one's really going to see a big washout with the exceptions of the Cascades and foothills. Now, that does include areas of Blue River, Oak Ridge, and Sweet Home, mainly Thursday night and into Friday morning. And then once this area of low pressure kind of pulls off to the east, it's eventually going to introduce thunderstorm chances, mainly down towards Coos, Douglas, and counties further south as you head into southern Oregon and northern California. So for the next few days, it looks a-okay for Thursday, I will say that. But by Friday, Saturday, we're going to be dealing with some damp conditions across the region. So again, if you're riding your bike out there, there's a lot of oil buildup from the lack of rainfall that we've been seeing. So be mindful of that if you are going for a bike ride on Friday. Now, up into the Cascades, you're not going to be able to see much. So if you want to go hiking, I would recommend a waterfall on Friday and Saturday because the Cascade views are going to be few and far between thanks to the low clouds. Overnight tonight, we're not going to cool off much. About 59 degrees here across Eugene as cloud cover starts to stream in toward the Oregon coast. Most of the rain should hold off until around midnight and beyond. Those down toward Coos Bay a little bit later, closer toward tomorrow morning, where we are expecting the extent of some showers even across the Willamette Valley. Temperatures in the upper 60s, near 70 degrees tomorrow, but I will say most of us are not going to hit that 70-degree mark. Through the next few hours, we are expecting right around midnight or so, about 30 minutes after midnight or so, light showers will start to pick up for Newport first. Eventually that'll spread inland, and by tomorrow morning we are expecting scattered showers anywhere west of I-5. That does include areas of Eugene, Corvallis, and even down towards Roseburg. But notice Thursday night we see the steadier rain start to develop. Could even have a few rumbles of thunder down towards Klamath County, but this is mainly a steady rain that's going to be adding up into the foothills and Cascades. By Friday, low pressure starts to pull in, and you can actually see the thunderstorm development down towards areas of Roseburg and Douglas County, and that is going to be on Friday. So realistically, the best shot of rain is going to be southern Oregon. That comes in the form of thunderstorms in the shade of yellow. This is the only area we're expecting lightning chances the next few days. Steadier rain, though, is directed right along the spine of the Cascades, and some locations could have up to an inch of rainfall. Of course, the steadier rain is going to be aimed down towards southern Oregon. Morning showers for the Oregon coast on Thursday. Showers and thunder a possibility mainly toward Coos County on Friday. For the Roseburg area, 68 on Thursday. Best shot of rainfall is going to come on Friday afternoon. 65 degrees with afternoon thunderstorms. Up into the Cascades, 57 tomorrow afternoon. Big time cool starts to move in, and temperatures are going to be back down into the mid-30s as early as Sunday morning. And for the Willamette Valley, 68 degrees on Thursday. Best shot of rain is on Friday, but for the most part, this is going to be scattered showers. Steadier rain is mainly going to be up into the foothills and Cascades.
Now, from the Three Rivers Casino Resort Sports Desk, KEZI 9 Sports with Brett.
I want to talk real quick about the quarterback position. You guys have been real patient. I understand, and respect that process for you. And for us, we've had a process. So, look, Bo Nix is going to be our starting quarterback.
You heard it, folks. Former Oregon starting quarterback Bo Nix is now a starting quarterback in the NFL. Just a few months after OTAs, training camp, and even 2 preseason worth of games, Nix has impressed Broncos Nation and has earned himself a chance to make a name for himself, though it's not like he hasn't already been doing just that. In just 2 games of preseason action, Nix has completed 76% of his passes, thrown for 205 yards, he's rushed for 29, and also thrown 2 TDs along the way, giving himself a passer rating of 116.7. In simpler terms, he's been having a really good fall, and now he's making history, becoming the Broncos' first rookie quarterback to start Week 1 since John Elway, a Hall of Famer. Here's Nick speaking to the Denver Meter afterwards. Take a listen.
As a room, we've been working hard, and putting a lot of good things on film, putting a lot of good things, on the practice field. And so to get that news is definitely a great thing. And so I'm super excited and ready to get back to work again and go back to it and start again.
And hey, speaking of his alma mater, the name of the game at Oregon football's fall camp, growth in their skills, growth in their leadership, and growth in their ability to have themselves ready for Week 1 of the college football season, which is approaching now faster than ever. That's been the goal from the start of fall camp to the last few days of it. And for Oregon head coach Dan Lanning, he's been very pleased with his team's growth over the last few weeks. In his eyes, this squad improved a lot and in a lot of different areas. But to be the best, that growth has to continue moving forward. And in the eyes of Coach Lanning, there's still more potential for this team to achieve.
Yeah, well, our goal is to improve every single day. Did we improve this fall camp? Absolutely. Are we where we want to be yet? No, definitely not, right? And we're taking steps. There hasn't been a day where we come out here and I didn't feel like our guys wanted to work, right? So I appreciate that.
Where'd you see the improvement?
Across the board, right? It's not one thing. It's everything. It's blocking on the perimeter. It's just destroying blocks on the perimeter. It's the way we pull and hit, right? The way we tackle, right? Are we wrapping up, not wrapping up? The way we play the ball in the air. I mean, across the board, I've seen improvement in a lot of areas. Decision-making at quarterback. Like, there's a lot of those things that have shown up, but they still have room for growth.
Tomorrow, the pumpkin spice latte is coming back to Starbucks in the United States. That's earlier than ever before. Roughly 10% of Starbucks' overall sales come from seasonal staples, so the PSL timing could give sagging sales a needed jolt. Starbucks' new CEO, Brian Nicole, who was hailed as a corporate fix-it man from his work at Chipotle, starts next month. Well, thanks for staying up with us tonight for KEZI 9 News 11. We will see you back here tomorrow. Have a good night.